Hi everyone, I'm Dragon with you. So today I'm going to make a short video. Frank from Kinky asked me to do that, so actually why not? That's another impossible guild war which happened this Saturday. So you see that it's a really strong guild. They are very active, I would say. And actually this is a golden guild. So this guild lives long in gold. They renamed in the past, I guess it was Armifera Fatum. So now they renamed, and we had a fight because we were at third of silver and they were at fourth of gold according to points. So you see that the problem is they have kind of powerful champions. So first of all, I wanted to try the bridge. So can we get their bridge, and what exactly is the main problem? There were three teams. The first team of the bridge is Nissongo with a huge amount of power. Let me show you the power in order to understand. So actually, I wanted to collect an army which is not afraid of Araji, because Araji will obviously burn my Angus. My Angus is not super strong. As a result, I tried to play around Araji. So Araji will remove Sigurd, then he will go into Nova, then into Mairi. So I hope that we will win enough time. Meanwhile, I'll deal some damage using Eden. You see that my Eden is weak, so I try to improve him, but still he did more than other Titans, because that's Earth, and Earth is effective against water. So my team is kind of a counter team, but you see that the totem is not equal, and the Titan power is sometimes twice as mine. So let me show you the stats and let me show you the fight. So the reason why we probably stopped the idea of breaking the bridge is this particular Titan power. You would ask, but Dragon, he plays water. Why didn't you play Earth against water? Yes, that's a logical question. I have one champion with Earth. I'll show you his fights. So the problem was, if I play my best Earth champion here, then what am I going to do with enemy Earth? So this clan prepared a nice lineup. The first team is water with crazy healing. You see that I try hard to deal some damage to the opponent. You see that Nova gets damage, then goes the totem, and what goes next? Nova gets healing, as well as all the other titans. So the problem is super healing. That's why this team is very effective. If you play an Earth team which is average or weak, Araji just removes the entire Earth Titans. That's my first fight. So against Nissongo we could do nothing. And later on I used other champions to fight with him. So let me show you other fights with Nissongo, which just made some kind of sense. Yes, you see that that wasn't very easy. So I sent Juan there. Juan has a nice Earth team, and actually the problem is that after fight with me, there are two Titans which are charged. So let's see what happens to Angus if Angus is not super strong. So 10 seconds under Araji and no more Angus. Yep, that's exactly why I didn't play Angus, because my Angus, I guess, is even weaker. Okay, so you see that, of course, charge was really important here, but what happens if there is no charge or Araji is only half charged? So will it be easier for Juan to do something here? Let's see. Yes, one more time. So even he didn't deal much damage. Yeah, he dealt some damage, but as soon as healing starts, here comes the problem. So check the healing out. You also have Hyperion healing. And actually the Titan which suffered most is Araji. Because Araji likes hitting the wall and double damage gets down. Okay, so that was about Nissongo. You see that some other champions with lower power tried him, so better, of course, I would send Earth there, but that wasn't very nice. So yes, the difference in totems is just crazy. Okay, so that's the water which actually stopped our bridge breaking activity. I understood that I'll need either to remove him with my top Earth player, that's Alex, or I need to use Alex at the bottom of the bridge. So now let me introduce the second bridge defender, that's Soledad. Soledad is, I guess, not maxed now, but still he has an all-star totem here. That's why I would say this team is effective. So he collected 4 titans of the element to abuse his totem as good as possible, and Hyperion is here to set some healing. So that I could not just throw every single player of my guild into the opponent and remove him by the quantity. Anyway, I have Dirty Dozen to help here, so he plays a nice team against generally anything except Earth. So I sent Dirty Dozen against strong opponents who play water or fire. That's exactly the fight for him, so he doesn't play double tank, that's why super enemy tank will not harm much. Let me show you the fight, how it went. And unfortunately, as you can see, he didn't even survive till the ultimate. But anyway, he dealt some damage, and yes, that was elimination. Still, his damage was kind of nice, especially the last hit from Hyperion and some activity from the totem. I told, okay, Dirty Dozen, you did it nicely, let's try one more time. But the problem is that after the first try, the enemy is charged, and now it will be even more painful than the last time. So obviously, of course, the enemy receives a nice amount of damage. Nice stop of ult here. Nova managed to stun the backline. I really appreciate this ability of Nova. But anyway, you see that we have a problem. So that's it. Fortunately, we have several teams of water. So I play water. I recommend water for other players of the guild. That's why we have many water teams. And you see that Soledad slowly but was defeated. So 2 more attacks of Water Titan. He could not heal all the damage he received, because only Hyperion can heal here. And that's kind of elimination game. So if you play Fire Titans, then probably you understand that you need just to absorb some damage and kill your opponent as fast as possible, because you can't seriously heal. So after several more tries, we managed to remove Soledad from the bridge. And actually that wasn't easy, but that was possible because we have many water teams. So the last defender of the bridge is Justin. Justin has a terrible amount of power. You see that I took my main team and still I'm much weaker than Justin. Absolute star totem and very powerful titans. Moreover, he plays Earth. So actually Justin is the reason why I did not play Alex against the water enemy. Because if I did it, who would play against Justin? And what I really like about this team is that actually the natural opponent of Earth is fire. But if the opponent plays fire, he has Sigurd. So Sigurd is able to absorb enough damage and hold fire for some time. Probably he also added Hyperion not to deal super damage to fire, but also to heal. So actually I like this team. You see that not only I play double tank option, Justin, who has a huge amount of power, also does it. So this approach also works, which makes me happy. So that will be a fair double tank versus double tank fight. This time I play my main team, so no weak titans involved here. But I made a serious mistake, I guess. So maybe that wasn't a mistake. Maybe that was. I'm not sure about that. Check this out. So when my Sigurd is here with ultimate, everything looks okay. But as soon as my fire titan is digged, I need to do something with this. So check this out. See? We have a terrible situation with the totem. If this totem falls, I can deal some damage. If the stone falls, I die. Okay? So I remove the totem, manage to deal some damage, and I die. Anyway, I dealt enough damage to Justin. That was not very good because Moloch was digged below the ground. That's luck from my opponent. But still, that was enough to start. So next decision to fight Justin was obviously Alex. Alex is my best Earth team of my guild, no doubt. And actually against another Earth team, this team is kind of vulnerable. So no splash damage here. Alex plays triple Super Titan stack. And even with charged opponent, he is also a nice damage dealer. So you see that actually he managed to throw many ultimates at once. He also has a nice totem, which will absorb some of the damage. Of course, not as huge as the opponent, but you see that no more frontline, which is kind of nice. So can Alex go through this totem, which kind of killed me? Looks like that's a problem. Yes, so you see, I managed to remove the totem, but I wasted all the ultimates into it. Same happened to Alex, but he managed to deal enough damage. So let's check his second try, and then I will show you the stats. So we have Araji, which is able to burn the opponent's earth. That's exactly what happens here. So Araji focuses Angus, and that should work. Also, very good timing of the wall, just straight into Hyperion. So Hyperion kind of killed himself through the wall. And now only 2 titans are left. But you see that this totem is very strong. It bounces back, so titans kill themselves. Yes, same situation, but Justin is nicely defending. And the last thing to do was to send another champion. So Lord of Cats, he plays also a triple Super Titan team. So he can fight with every single element. That's why I sent him. I knew that he can long live because Earth is against Earth. That's okay. He has extra damage with Araji, and also he can deal enough damage to the opponent. So you see that Lord of Cats managed to remove the opponent right before he jumped the totem. As a result, we won. So Justin was removed with a crazy Titan power of Earth. Lord of Cats does not have a super totem, but that's for now. Alex has a nice totem, but not maxed levels, neither maxed stars. That's why we managed to beat Earth team, we managed to beat Fire team, and we managed to fall with Nissongo's team because he has crazy healing. So that's how we tried to fight their breach. That was really hard, but still we tried. And also I would like to show you some fights of my champions, so about heroes that was just a training. So Dmitry fought with Alex and Jeff. I'll show you the stats. So here we have a super Keira team, also a very annoying Jorgen, and the Asteros, which probably tries to protect everything. So let's check the fight and what happened exactly there. So we tried to focus 2 front locations. One of them was captured. The second one wasn't captured, so Alex managed to hold the line long enough, and I was out of champions. So that's what happened. Actually, he tried his best. He managed to remove 1 life of Keira, but then Asteros revived, and that's it. So Keira was healed back. What about Jeff? So with Jeff, the situation was kind of another. Jeff plays a Yasmine team on the one hand, so actually healers should work here. But the problem is that Undead are effective against Celeste when she goes dark ground They are effective against Yasmine and against healers because of multiple hits. So characters who deal multiple hits, they get burnt with totem. That's why it's very painful to fight with Undead. Anyway, my stake worked, so you see that Yasmine was burnt with Dmitri's healers. That's exactly what I planned to achieve. And then he just tried to deal some damage as long as he could. That wasn't easy because you see that the totem does crazy stuff, especially you see that Celeste, when she throws Dark Ground, she gets vulnerable. Okay, let's lower the speed because the game started lag. What we see now is no more Celeste, so one vulnerable hero removed, one healer removed, which I really appreciate, and as a result this team isn't a serious disaster anymore. So without red Celeste, it's much easier to remove this team, even though still the Undead combo is here. Okay, so I guess Dmitry did a nice work. Yes, the opponent kind of healed back in the end, but minus 2 super important champions. That's why I thought that we can finish Jeff. To do it, I sent Vladimir, another my champion. So Vladimir has a great Yasmine. Of course, Yasmine versus Corvus is like 50-50, but at this particular situation, without Celeste, without enemy Yasmine, that shouldn't be a great problem. So let's see the fight. Vladimir managed to finish this location. And I didn't want to attack that Keira team because Keira was charged, she's really powerful, and I just stopped and told my champions to try something else. Okay, so no more Corvus. Actually, Qin Mao is also vulnerable to the totem, remember that, because of her pure damage. And that's it. So the burning ability of Qin Mao makes totem hit her hard and she just suffers. Actually, Vladimir's team reminds my own, yes. And it's kind of effective. Okay, so another question was what to do with second thing. So at second we had Eagle and we had Arius. For that I have Highlander. So check the team of Eagle. Eagle refers to Yasmine, also Keira, Andvari, Nebula, and Marcel. So I saw that he plays Kayn. Probably the reason for that was because he saw my Yasmine teams, maybe. Anyway, against Kayn, mages are just perfect. So Kayn doesn't do much against mages, you know. That's why I checked that Kayn should kind of work against physical teams. Then also Andvari helps against physical and pure damage. But nobody helps against mages. I may be wrong, but looks like he's anyway not prepared for mages at all. That's why my decision was easy, just send ODH, burn Yasmine, and kill Eagle. That wasn't super hard. Okay, so let's check the fight. The only problem may be Keira, so if Keira manages to silence, if Keira manages to remove weak units, then that might be a problem. But in general, the plan looked nice. So check this out. Yasmine even did not jump, so she died before jumping. Kind of nice. And yes, as I supposed, magic damage is a serious problem for this team. They managed to remove Dorian, but his role is vampirism, so everything went smoothly. What about Arius? So Arius had kind of nice team, because we have Kark back here, we have Esteros. No actual healing except of Nebula, but I can understand why Arius plays this. Probably because they waited for Yasmine teams from my clan. That was a right decision, and that was the reason why I sent mages again. So yes, we have some protection from Faceless here, but still this protection is far from enough to stop OVH. But if the Kark would be stronger, then he could remove the left team. So I saw some fights where Kark team removed OVH, but at this particular fight, looks like we're fine here. Yes, so you see that Highlander removed him without losing a hero. So that's how the fight went. Then we just tried to get some more points. Some people tried Nissongo, that was not an easy target, I would say. And another hero of the day was Termite. So Frank defended That's the Frank who told to make a video. He defended Lighthouse. I did not attack him because that's a serious team. He also plays Kark Pack with Jorgen. I really don't like playing against Jorgen. Yes, I have Sebastian, but my guild mates mostly don't have Sebastian. That's why I either recommend playing Isaac or just not to attack or just kill faster than Jorgen does something. So Termit attacked. He tried to get some points. Let's see what happened here. Perfect targeting from Yasmine. That's exactly what should happen against Kark packs. If you manage to remove Kark, then the game will be much easier. And great timing from Celeste. Check this out. So Celeste throw Dark Ground. As a result, Resurrection should be a problem. Yes, it didn't last long, but still that was important, I think. Okay, so as a result, he managed to remove Faceless, which is valuable because Faceless throws into the air, which helps Kark. Also, if Faceless copies Kark or Jorgen, then your team will either suffer or just stay and wait. So, in general, that was a nice fight. Termit did it from himself, and yes, that worked. That worked. Okay, so to sum up, let me show you the patronages of my opponents. Actually, I think that their team are kind of logical, mostly. I'm not sure about Eagle. I already showed his stats and patronages. So that's how it fought, and maybe that now you understand my decision making. So actually, decision making was never throw Yasmine versus healers first. Second, if enemy plays Yasmine, then throw your healers team or your undead team against. And if the opponent has little defense from mages, then probably you need to fight mages. That happened to Eagle. About pets, I really appreciate Axel because that's a nice defensive pet, universal I would say. Not sure about Ken. Ken works nicely against physical teams, but he doesn't work against mages at all. Except Rufus, yes. Some Rufus teams when you need to finish mages, okay. And I already think that Biscuit is also kind of nice. So if your team tries to finish the opponent as soon as possible, then Biscuit can block healing, which will help you to do that. Okay, so that's the fight we had. I hope you got some info about my decision making. You see that we managed to beat Earth team while not having any super fire teams at all. So we just could not find this team. And still we had trouble with water because we ran out of Earth teams. So that's our results. Okay, so thanks for watching. See you in my next videos. Good luck in Dominion.